Good morning, good evening, good afternoon on this Sunday morning. Well, it's Sunday morning where I am, so whatever time it is for you, welcome. And thank you for joining CMG Talk. This is Catherine Gallagher. I'd like to talk about mistakes, errors, mishaps, misconceptions, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes people find it hard to say, I am sorry. It was my fault. I made a mistake. But it's human to make mistakes. It's part of life. Sometimes, though, I hear you shouting, Catherine, there's a difference in what type of mistake we're talking about. Some are mishaps, let's put it that way. Some are downright intentional, let's make it clear. Mistakes are supposed to be unintentional. I made a mistake, it was accidental. I didn't mean this to happen. It wasn't an intent to cause harm or disruption. It wasn't an intent to cause some kind of disarray. When you deliberately intend to cause some kind of harm, then it's a different matter. That's not a mishap. That's not a mistake because you mean it, right? And there will be a podcast on that. Hold tight for that if you like. That one will come. For me, I always feel it says a lot about someone's character, if you like, for want of a better expression. It says a lot about someone's maturity, how they feel about themselves, how they can hold themselves if they can say, yeah, my bad, my mistake, it was me. I think, though, it takes a lot of courage to do that when you are worried about how it's going to be received. Think on that. Sometimes there are people, when you do own up, they see it as an opportunity to do what? To hold power over you. They see it as an opportunity to crush you. They see it as an opportunity to vilify you, make you the villain. Rather than say, I respect you, I appreciate your honesty, I understand that this was a mishap. And the most important thing here is that you've owned it, you've taken responsibility. I appreciate that. And what I really need to know is that you have learned from it, that you're going to grow from it, and that you won't do it again. Okay? That's the key. Owning it, taking responsibility, being accountable for mistakes, and knowing, certainly for yourself, but more importantly for others that it affects, your mistake affects, that you won't repeat it. It's like when a child says sorry, but it's sorry, not sorry. And for those of us who've received a sorry, not sorry, it usually is in an adult forum, I'm sorry you feel that way. And people often say, oh, no, but all I'm doing is acknowledging the person feels that. Well, that might be true, but what you're not doing is acknowledging that those feelings exist. When you distance yourself from those feelings, you're not saying that it wasn't my intention. I hear that's how I feel what you're saying, or I empathise, or I have compassion for those feelings. When you say to someone, I'm sorry you feel that way, what you're really doing is you're disassociating from those feelings, aren't you? You're saying, well, that's how you feel. That's on you. Is that a genuine apology? If you've received an apology like that, I guess you know how it feels. And only you can answer that. Sometimes we hear that. I'm sorry you feel that way. Perhaps we can move on from this and we can just let that go. Then often people are surprised when the person who's received that kind of apology is like, no, I'm not ready to. Why not? I've given you an apology. It doesn't feel like a real apology. What do you mean? What more do you want? What more are you looking for from me? How about a real apology? Well, what does a real apology look like for you? Well, usually not, I'm sorry how it feels for you. Sometimes it has to come from, I'm just very sorry. I'm just very sorry. I'm sorry that I've hurt you. I'm sorry that I caused you distress. I'm sorry that you feel that disappointment. I'm sorry you feel that way, because it's you that feels that way, not me. I'm sorry. That respects someone. That gives someone their place. That gives them the ability to then feel them being heard. And in some way, in some part, understood. Think on that. Think about any apology that you've received. Sometimes we will have people who refuse to give an apology. Well, I'm not apologising. Often that's somebody feeling scared. They don't want to lose face. They don't want to be seen to be weaker. They don't apologise to certain people because maybe they feel that this person has things that they don't have. Maybe there's insecurities, jealousies there. I'm not going to apologise to this person. They think they're superior to me. Actually, you feel inferior to this person. Is this person really making you feel, or can they make you feel? Have they said anything to make you feel? Or is it that you need to own your feelings? Ultimately, an apology, and a real apology, is when you say to someone, I'm sorry, without a but. I'm sorry without an excuse. I'm sorry without justification. When you're working or when you're with a child and they've done something, you don't punish them. Particularly if they're babies. But you want them to understand that if they've done something, particularly if it's going to cause them harm and you're safeguarding them, you want them to understand that that's not okay. And, if they've hurt another child or they've hurt someone's feelings, you want them to understand the difference between right and wrong. You want them to learn an apology is a good thing. An apology shows that you know that you have the strength and the ability to have that self-worth and self-respect to be able to understand that you're not perfect and that when you get it wrong, it takes strength and courage, and it actually shows that you have integrity to be able to say, my mistake, I'm sorry. Learn, grow, and move forward. Because trust me, when someone hurts you, someone disappoints you, someone says something to you, do you not hope an apology comes your way? You might expect it, you might demand it. How does it feel if it doesn't come your way? Some people set down apology conditions. I'm only going to give you an apology if... How does that feel? Well, often it doesn't feel great. Again, apology should be an unconditional apology. You're either sorry or not. If it's heartfelt, you're supposed to be sorry. You're not supposed to be like, I'm only going to apologise, but only if. And we have no control how our apology is received. If somebody says, I don't believe you, but that's on them. If you mean it, you mean it. And usually people know they're just not ready to receive it. And sometimes you have to say, I don't know if you're ready to receive this, but I'm genuinely sorry. And I do apologise. And I hope in time you'll hear that. And even if somebody says, I'm sorry, doesn't fix it. It doesn't take it away. It doesn't undo. But what it does do is it shows that you understand that what you did, it wasn't okay. You know right from wrong. That's the difference. That's the difference. And what we're talking about here, remember, is mishaps. We're not talking about huge things. We're talking about mistakes, errors. But sometimes we make mistakes and errors that then the consequences to other people are significant. To us, they might not seem a big deal, but to the other person, it is. And that's why an apology is important. Because we perspective take. We see how it feels for the other person and we show empathy and compassion. It's a human condition. It's a human need to feel that we matter, that us as individuals matter. Some people say to me, I never apologise. I've had people say to me personally, I never say sorry. That's a problem. That's a problem. They might not see it as a problem, but it shows the kind of relationships people develop if they never own, acknowledge or admit their mistakes, their mishaps. And then often they have very different types of engagements, connections. That's on them. But if you really want to have connections where you feel respected and you give respect and receive respect, you feel value and you feel worth, and you feel people see you as being human, then apology needs to be part of your vocabulary. What do you think? It's just a thought. Sorry, yes, sorry. Thanks for listening. Take good care and have a wonderful and amazing Sunday. All the best. I'll speak to you soon. Thanks for listening. This is Catherine Gallagher. This is CMG Talk once again. And remember to like, share and download if you enjoy listening to my talks and my shares of thoughts. And yeah, remember the adverts are there for a reason, so please listen to them because then sponsors then give the thumbs up. Okay, take care, all the best, and bye for now until next time.